Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to shell script. Mainly in this process or in this session, we are going to see like how we can fetch the process ID for the running process. So those who don't know what is process ID, don't worry. I'm going to tell you like we will start with the definition only. We will discuss like what is process ID and why how system is managing the process ID, why system is using the process ID, and then later once everything theoretical part once theoretical part is cleared, then we will see the practical things, and there we will try to run one command. The command is quite straightforward. We will just run it through the script, and then once we are good with command and theoretical things, then at last we will see like how to run the same shell script through the cl program. Okay, so this is how we are going to proceed with this session. So now what I am going to do, like I'll show you the definition for the process ID. So what is process ID? Process ID, or also known as PID, is a unique identifier assigned to each running process in an operating system. That means whenever operating system is running any process, it provide or it assigns a unique identifier to each running process in system. Okay, so that means whatever the process is running, it should have like it is having their own unique identification number, which is called as process ID or PID. So don't get confused. Process ID and PID both are same thing, like which is nothing but a unique identification number allocated to a process. Further you can read, uh, like here it is written, when a program or command is executed, the operating system creates a new process and assign it a PID. Okay, so whenever a new process is running or a new command is running, it executes and assigns the process ID or PID to that particular program or a script. This PID is used by the operating system. Now we will see like how operating system and why operating system is using this PID. So this PID is used by the operating system to manage the process, such as allocating system resources, scheduling, as well as termination of the process. Okay, so for example, take one scenario where suppose operating system is running 5 processes. Okay, so how much memory we the system should allocate to process 1, process 2, and process 3. So these all decisions can be taken with the help of these process ID only, which is called PID. Okay, so operating system use these PID for resource allocation, system resources allocation. Okay, another thing is scheduling. Let's say if we have scheduled something for a particular process, then in that case also like we will use the process ID or PID. System will use, operating system will use the process ID or PID to run the process. Okay, using this PID, or to schedule the process using this PID. Then third thing is terminating the process. So let's say we were running the 5 processes from the operating system, but now we are done with the processing for 3 things. So what we can do, we can the system can terminate the process using the PID itself. Okay, so PID can also be used for the termination of the process. Fine. Later it is written here, each process in the system has its own PID, which is quite straightforward, right? Because each system has their own PID, which is non-negative integer. Okay, so this, remember, this is an interview question. Sometime interviewer may ask you like the question like, can we assign, can a process ID or PID could be is it possible to see the process ID as a negative number? So you can simply reply no, it is not. Process ID is always a non-negative integer. Clear? Then later, PIDs are typically recycled. So once a process terminates, its PID can be reused by the new process. Okay, so yes, we can, the system are reusing the process ID. But one more thing is here. However, at any given time, no two processes in the system can have same PID. Clear? So just make sure and just note down these points, because these are very important point, not only on the basis of IBMI system. Like let's say if you are preparing for some shell script related things, or you are preparing for interviews, then also it is useful. So make a note like how process ID is used, why process ID is used, and by the operating system. So these all things should be, you should know about all these things. Okay, fine. So I think now theoretically we are okay with this topic. We know like what is process ID, how system is using process ID, and everything. So now I'm going to show you the practical thing, like how we can get this value. So to get this value, we will write here work lnk. Now on this work lnk or work with object link screen, we will do page down, and it will take us to the file, which is not a file, the directory. This is the directory which I am going to use for the demo purpose, taking option 5 here. And here you can see sharmit.sh. So if I take option 5, you can let me take option 2. Okay, so I just take option 2, and okay, let's write it from scratch. So this program here, you can see firstly we have already written the multi-line comment just for the introduction of the topic, like what we are going to see. Okay, so this is just a multi-line comment. Now in order to print the process ID, what you can do, you can simply write here echo, then space, double quotes, and then you can give the title or whatever you want, process ID, then colon, and here I will use single dollar, and after that we write the special parameter, right? Like if you have covered the previous session, there we discussed about the at the rate asterisk, right? So in the same manner, dollar and then dollar again. So dollar means it will return the process ID of the running process. Clear? Now you can simply press F3 for save and exit 2 times. Then I'm going to show you how to run the script on QSH. Let me close this. Yeah, so here you can write QSH. What it will do, it will open the Qshell command prompt. Now here we can put the path of the file, which is /home/sharmit /text/sharmit/sharmit.sh. Okay, after pressing enter, you will see process ID is printed as 752. My question is it the same value like every time when we call this program? So will it return the same value or not? Let's see. So for that, I'll rerun the script again, and you can see it is providing the different ID now. It is providing 754. Likewise, if I run F9 again, this time it is returning 755. If I call it again, it is returning 756. So by doing this, I think it is clear that yes, process ID is always changed, because once we run any script or program, it runs on a particular process which had their own unique identification number. But next time when we call it again, it will be run on the different process ID with a different process ID number. Clear? So yeah, I think these things are clear to all of you. Now I'm going to show you how we can run the same shell script through the CL program. So for that, I have already created one program. I'll just walk you through that program. Work lnk, then page down, and here we have, sorry, not work lnk, we have to write work mbrpdm. Now here you can take option 2 for run QSH, and here we are writing DCL, take F4, variable name, type storage, and length. So command character auto, and length is 256. Then I'm using chgvar, take F4, provide variable name and the script. Okay, so /home sharmit text sharmit.sh, this is my script. And then to run this script, you can simply write strqsh, take F4, and provide the variable name. So we are ready with this program. Remember one thing, this thing we are not doing, like you can take option F4 and you can simply write the command, it will automatically adjust the lines. Okay, fine. So it's time to compile it and see the output. You can see it is returning the value as 762. If I call it again, the value will get changed, and now it is printing 765. Clear? So yeah, that's how we can utilize the CL program in order to print the in order to execute the shell script, which is further printing the your process ID or PID. Clear? So yeah, in the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.